Again, sorry, try this again for the second time. So pretty much every day, if you ever get disconnected or you're late or whatever else, I put the videos about what I'm talking about now in the chat. So they look like this. So if say you get disconnected, make sure you're just watching the video of whatever it is that you're supposed to be doing. That way you know what's going on. So there shouldn't be any excuse, oh, I don't know what's going on, or I was lagging, because you can just watch this video after the fact. All right, so always go into classwork to check what you're supposed to be working on. So the two things, actually it's like three things that you're going to be looking at, but the most important being this. So this out of this dust, interstellar, remember you're choosing 3 out of the 7 things to do. Right, so these are the options, choosing 3 out of 7. That's the first thing that needs to get done. After you're done with that, you're working on the flashcards. Okay, so this is what you do second. Right, so the directions are here. I've gone over it a couple days, so I'm not going to keep repeating the directions. The final thing that you're going to work on is this thing, if you get to it, which is the plot diagram. So the plot diagram, again, is basically the list of events in a story, right? So there's 5 major parts of the plot diagram. There's the exposition, which basically just explains the characters themselves and a little bit about where the story takes place. And this happens in the beginning, obviously. Right after it, which is generally the longest part of the story, is the rising action, which is basically all of the events that lead up to this part, which is called the climax, which is the exciting part of the story, when the most exciting thing happens. It's followed by the falling action, which is events that happen immediately after the climax, and then the resolution, where the character learns something about themselves or something happens. All right, so these are the lists of events, or some of the events that happen in the story, The Pedestrian, that we read. So what you're going to do is simply label which is which. Where does it fall? Okay, so you're only using each one of these once. And then after that, you have questions about the story. So you're supposed to be using the pedestrian to answer these questions. So again, remember the story is here. Okay, so use this actually, where is it? Here, sorry. So use this to answer it. And that's what you're working on. Most of you guys probably won't get to that. You guys have to work on the other stuff first. So make sure you're doing this first. When you're done with that, flashcards. When you're done with that, plot diagram. All right, and that's what you're doing. Does anybody have any questions? Preguntas.